3 companies that we need to be watching for big price movements coming up. I'm going to show you the charts on each of these companies. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. And do you know what an owl calls the top of its beak? Who knows? All right, we're going to take a look at Datadog, Sofi, and Palantir. Each of them, I think, have very interesting charts that we need to be watching for. And also, we need to keep in mind what exactly is affecting the markets, because that can totally either help us or hurt us with these technicals playing out for us. So I do want to put those up for you. I'll tell you later about your free stocks from Moomoo. I'll tell you about where you can see my buys and sells and how I play these markets, and about my options course. But for right now, let's look at the very first thing, which is US 10-year Treasury. And you can see it's up right now, and the markets are not reacting well to that. So let me bring that down and we'll put the charts up. There we go. We'll pop over to here, and I'm actually going to jump over to the SPY very quickly here. And what we can see right now in the pre-market hours is that we're down about 0.62%. And I believe last time I checked, the NASDAQ 100, which is tracked by QQQ, is down about 0.75%. So it's not good watching those bond yields climb as much as they have. And it's going to continue to affect us as long as the Fed is sticking to their higher for longer. And I really feel like what's happening, we're having this conversation over in the Discord this morning, is what exactly is causing them to rise and how long are they going to rise for? And I can tell you that I think that we're going to drive it till it breaks, and that's going to be a continued push to short US Treasuries, and that's going to push up the yields that we have until the yields are very sweet and the prices themselves on the bonds are very depressed. But that's another story for another time. I want to get over to the companies that I talked about. So let's start with Datadog. So for this one, this is a head and shoulders pattern. We played some put options on this. They worked out very well for us. I think one of them was 36% up. The other one I think was 7%. I'd have to go back and watch my videos or check my transactions. But I know one of them, I believe it was around 36, and the other one I believe it was around 7. And so I think it is getting time that we could possibly, if the RSI, if this momentum that we have here gets rejected off of 50, and here also if we get rejected from that 50-day that's coming down here, and we also have these high wicks on the candles right here where we get the price smacked back down for us. It's not nearly as nice as some of the other charts, but I will tell you that in the pre-market, this thing is rocking right around 90.50, and that is actually 90.85 as I make this video. When we look at that, so if we go down to where that is, we could possibly still drop down significantly from where we're at. We do have several stops along the way. We had a lot of support coming in around the $88 mark, and then down from there is about the $85 mark, but you can also see the sort of support that we got at 85 as soon as we came down, and this low price that we actually came down to was 85.29, that we had a sharp rise back up. But the momentum indicator, even though it's come off the bottom, which makes it nicer to play with here, we don't know that it's going to go off in the bullish direction yet. So we have a lower low as of right now. And with these two red candles that we have, I do think it is possible that we see a little bit of further price weakness. So we'll see when the market opens which way that goes. So keep an eye on that for the next several days to see if there's an opportunity coming. Look for this sort of cross that you have right here, where you have this green moving average here, which is the 5-period EMA crossing down below the 13-period EMA. And that could be really good confirmation for us that we're going to start turning around. Right now, you can see what happened here, the most recent time that we had that cross, and we're coming up actually towards a cross back up above, which could show a bullish change, although I think that this could be a false signal, so we want to be watching for that. All right, the next one is Sofi. And Sofi has a very similar looking chart, and you can see I have the support and resistance lines drawn on here. And for this one, $8, we got rejected right here. If we actually go to the top wick of this candle, we got rejected at $8.30. And then over here, we closed at $7.84. So $8, it was good while it lasted. However, I think for Sofi in the near term, we could see that price weakness, especially where the bond market is concerned, because that's going to affect them as well. So this is a company that I think could actually experience that further price weakness. We could possibly see that coming in. So we want to keep that on our list and on our radars as we watch it. And so we had a lot of support coming in right around the 740 mark. Down from that, we have about $7, which is also where the 200-day is, which still makes for a rather nice drop from where we're at right now. And then I think we have the big support coming in at 6. So should we fall down through that, it is possible that we play this thing out, break through the 200-day. If that does happen, I think we have room down to about $6 per share. We're going to have to watch that, and maybe around $6.50, maybe we could see some minor support in there as well. So the next chart, Palantir, PLTR. This one also a head and shoulders pattern, and I think it actually got canceled because of news of a $250 million contract. I think we do retest this 200-day sometime in the near future. The neckline on this does come in right around $13.75 or maybe even $14, you could argue, maybe all the way down to $13.66. But we break down through that neckline, and we have a good amount that we could fall. As a matter of fact, when we look at this, that fall down from where it's at, that could be very, very significant. And you can see what happened when we had these very long tail candles at the top before. That can be indications of downward pressure, such as what we had right here near the top, and then the drop that has fallen from that. And this one, look at those two candles that we have most recently. I'm sorry for skipping that around for you, but look at those peaks that we have. And on this one, we're sitting right on the 50-day simple moving average. We had this cross right here, but I think that came off of news and a catalyst for something that was correcting on its path. And it doesn't mean that it falls out of bullish favor. It could mean that we have, if you're long on Palantir, buying opportunities coming up possibly in the future where we actually get some really good deals on the stock. I don't currently have a position in this, but I am watching this, that we possibly see it come down into the mid 14s. And then from there, we could come down to the neckline on this thing, which is in the high 13s. And then off of that, we have this nice little fall that we could experience down in here. And like I said, for people who are long on Palantir, that can be a very good thing. So what do we want to watch for? We want to watch this momentum indicator here. We want to watch for the cross back over 50 on the momentum indicator. And we also want to see for these moving averages, this top green one here cross back down over the yellow and the red. That can be a good sign for us that we've taken the faster moving average and crossed it down over the two longer moving averages. And these are exponential moving averages here, the traffic light colors that we have. Thank you, Stockmo, for that coding strategy. I really like that approach. If we put up the Bollinger Bands on this, we have a significant amount of narrowing coming on, so that could possibly mean that we get a breakout soon. Does that mean to the upside or the downside? Well, we popped out the top of this. Maybe we just return back to about where that average is, somewhere in the middle and about the $15 mark. Maybe we continue to push down from there and retest this neckline, and even maybe we'd push down through that. It is possible that that doesn't happen. You could treat this, let me bring out some of these to get rid of some of the noise that's up there. You could treat this maybe as a double bottom here that maybe sends us back out through the top, and that would assume that we got back over this 50-day, and I think that's going to be the big indicator for us if we do happen to see that. But you'll notice when we did get over that before, that's where we got these really high wicks, and any sort of breakout that we had has, at least for the time being, been canceled. So the app that I've been showing you is the Moomoo app. You can get 16 free stocks by using my link in the description. Down here are your deposit levels and the free stocks that are associated with them. Each stock is valued up to $2,000 a piece. Also, my Patreon, if you see my buys and sells and how I'm playing these markets, the plays that I choose to take, you can do that by signing up for the Patreon and then joining the Discord where I post those buys and sells. And then you also get access to my NVIDIA stock price prediction and earnings projection. NVIDIA's been on a tear recently, by the way, and then also Tesla stock price prediction and earnings projection that's also over there, and I'll be updating that very soon for you to have that finalized document that runs out with earnings and stock price predictions through 2030, including the Q3 earnings that we have coming up, and then my options course that I have over there as well. If you are a very beginner with options, it's already set up for you to give you some perspective on that, and I'm going to switch over to applications of options, how to use them in the markets, how to select them, what strategies to use, all that kind of stuff. That's the next thing to be added to that. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Check out Datadog, Sofi, and Palantir. See what you see going on with that and see if there's any sort of play available to you. And I do have them on my watch list. I'm going to continue to watch them and see if there's any opportunity coming up that has a very promising sign for us coming up in the near future for us to make some cash on the way up or the way down, depending on if the head and shoulders playing out and we break the neckline on each of them, or maybe we get resistance off that, we catch support and we end up bouncing off that support and ripping up to the top of these things. Either way, I'm going to be watching and I'm going to be prepared. Check out the link for the Patreon in the description. Get your free stocks from Moomoo. Thank you for watching this video. Hit the like button and talk to me in the comments. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning, and we'll see you in the next video.